far higher than that.
Okay. And sir, I don't know if you can answer this, but wouldn't buyback from their perspective have been a better option than making this?
I'm afraid I have no clue what their perspective on this would be.
Okay, sir. Thanks a lot. I'll follow up for the questions on the quarterly results later.
Sure.
Thank you. Next question from the line of Binay Singh from Morgan Stanley. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. Just going back to the SPIL merger, just to draw parallels from that one to this one. In that one also we saw, like for example, in financial year 2012, SPIL was making 12% EBITDA margin, whereas Maruti made around 7% EBITDA margin. In short, selling engines to Maruti, it seemed, was a more profitable experience than actually for Maruti to further sell those products. So is this time the transfer pricing much more stringent that there will actually be no money into that company and being made by that company? And relating to that, is there a clause that SPIL was later on bought by Maruti, which whereby increased shareholding of Suzuki? Is this also something that is there a clause which prohibits this? These are the first questions.
No, there is no intention and no provision of any kind of merger between Gujarat Suzuki as will be set up and Maruti Suzuki. And in any case, Gujarat Suzuki will not have any profit at all, because as I have just described the pricing mechanism, it does not leave money for profit. Whatever surplus is made will be only to allow enough cash to be available to the Gujarat project for investment in the capex requirements. There will be nothing left for profit, either for dividends or anything else, but there will be no surplus left. So it's a little bit different from SPIL.
So then actually it is a lot different, right? Because SPIL was actually generating money, whereas this facility will not generate any money.
This will not generate any money at all for Suzuki in Gujarat.
And sir, who will pay royalty on these products? Like whatever gets made out of this facility?
The royalty, of course, will be paid by the Gujarat company. But it will be built into the cost, so ultimately when the car comes to us, the royalty will be part of the price.
Okay, so that one will be paid 100% by that entity itself.
Yeah, the Gujarat plant will only produce as many cars of as many models as we want them to do, because they do not sell cars to anybody other than us.
And so is it also possible, once you get closer to more details, to share exact terms of transfer pricing, or will you share financials of that?
So the contract, as I said, the contract price will be the actual cost of production plus the amount required to meet capex requirements post-tax.
Right.
Nothing else.
Oh, okay. So, but just for the comfort of investors, will we share the kind of financials of that entity?
Financials of the Gujarat company?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what financial. It will be an unlisted company. It will not be a listed company. And as far as I can see, their profit and loss account at the end of the year, after the investment has been made in capex, should be absolutely zero cash flow left.
Right.
Or as near zero as possible.
Right.
Mr. Singh, if you have some more questions,
I'll come back to the case. Yeah.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to ensure the management is able to address questions from all participants in the conference, please limit your questions to 2 per participant. Next question from the line of Rashi Talwar from Ashmore, India. Please go ahead.
My questions have been answered. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question from the line of Sanjay Doshi from Reliance Mutual Fund. Please go ahead.
This is Sanjay Parekh, Sanjay's colleague. So, the same point. I mean, clearly, we as institutional investors were looking towards a clear growth coming from Maruti. So still, sir, you did explain, but you're just not able to get the rationale. And I'll try and elaborate also that, say, for example, you put in capex of 3,000 crores, and to double it, you need another 3,000 crores. Now that means you need another 3,000 crores. So that amount required to build a capex gets, it will be a bit of, how do we understand what sort of amount is required to fund that expansion? And the second part is, say, over the next 7 to 10 years, this could be a, say, 1 million capacity company.
Sure.
In that case, the existing shareholders would have loved to have an investment of, which could have a huge barrier with a 1 million capacity in future. The third is that was an option considered wherein first MSAL considered, because the payback of these projects are very good at point. And because Maruti did have cash, Maruti was not short of cash. So why was it not considered as very, well, the intentions may be right, why not have a very clean, straight thing in Maruti?
No, let me again try and explain what I said earlier. We have looked at all the options, compared all the alternatives which are available, including Maruti investing. Now, to the best of our judgment, the option which is most in Maruti's interest is the option which enables us to keep increasing sales as the market grows, and which keeps the ability to maximize profits while we are growing our sales. I think these two have to be the options for any business company in this business, that you grow your sales along with the market and you grow your profits along with that to the maximum extent possible. And you maximize your return, therefore, to the shareholders in terms of return on equity or return on capital employed. I think you would agree that these are the basic objectives, or would you have something else?
No, in the sense, sir, it does keep an uncertainty. Like, I'll just tell you very frankly that in the next 7 to 8 years, when this becomes a 1 million capacity, now today the best use of cash for Maruti would have been to build and invest into the projects, because we know that.
When you say best use of money, I assume best use of money means what earns the maximum to Maruti. Is that right or not?
No, sir. In the sense, see, if you compare that with treasury, then the cash is made, the best use of that money would be to invest in the projects, because the paybacks are good. If the paybacks were bad and Maruti did not have cash, we would have done this. But sir, in this case,
you are not looking at a third option where somebody else puts in the money and does not take a return on that money, and therefore you earn the same profit as you would with your own money invested in that, plus you have the additional income from interest on that money.